Hello, hi, welcome. Happy New Year. It's the first video of the year, and my first paycheck will be hitting tomorrow. Do I know how much it's going to be? I have an idea, but I don't want to overestimate. So, all I did was write out my budget. And the two things I want to focus on everything. That's it. That's the problem, right? Anyway, this is a book that I got from Amazon. It's a bi-weekly paycheck planner. And I bought it last year. I kind of used it a couple of times, but I stopped using it. Anyway, as you can see on this budget paper here, it doesn't say debt. It doesn't say debt, but it used to say debt here. But I changed it to sinking funds. Anyway, so last year I saved um, 10,000 within the first 4 months of the year, and then I saved maybe another 7,000 towards the end of the year. I received some funds at the end of December that enabled me to pay off my debts, and so that is what I did. The only thing is I do have a car loan at 1.9%. Currently it is the balance is around 14,000, which I plan to pay off this year, but because it's not really a high interest debt, I'm not very aggressive with it, except this year is the year that I will get rid of it because that's just one of my top goals. And another one of my goals is to completely do a cash budget. Obviously, whatever I can use cash for, I will. So that is what I plan to do this year. I do have some saving challenges set up, but I think after I see what my paychecks will look like for the next 24 cycles, then I can actually go back and look over the challenges and see which ones I can do. One of my major goals this year is to save around 30,000, 20 to 30, hopefully 30. But as I said, that's why I want to commit to the cash budget, because I want to make sure that I am actually saving every single penny that I can. And I realized that when I was doing the saving, the 10K box last year, when I started in January, I was very successful at it because I was using cash. And every time I had cash, I would just put it in the box. So every time I had money, priority would be filling that box. But as I said, now that I just have my car loan to pay off this year, I'm not rushing it. But if I do manage to get enough, even if I get 10,000 and then I just have 4,000 left, Anyway, let's get to the budget. Now, this is my paycheck budget, and so this is how this is how I'm going to break it down for the second half. What is this, the second half of January? Because my last paycheck was December 31st, around there, and that's from a different company. This is a new company that I'm with, and that's why I don't know what my paycheck is. Okay, so for my rent, I put away $934.81 per pay, and for my car, so my car is $452.78 per month, which is very low. My car was brand new when I got it in 2021. And basically I stay home. So I work from home, and I don't actually have, I don't really have a lot of places to go. And if I do need to go somewhere, someone's always willing to drive. So my kilometers are very low on this vehicle, and they keep trying to take it back from me because they want to sell it, right? But because I work from home and I don't really drive a lot, the miles are low, and once I pay off this car, obviously I will not be driving it into the ground, but it's going to be what I use for a very long time. Okay, and then so my internet is already been paid, OneDrive already been paid, And I have two phones, one for me, one for my young one, and they're both at $32.77. And I have a Scotiabank account that is it allows me to go into the branch and actually deposit funds into the account, or if I have an issue at the bank machine, because right now I do have a Tangerine account, which is an online bank, but Scotiabank owns Tangerine, which means I do get access to their ATMs. But sometimes I do have issues at the bank machines where I need to go into the branch, which is why I'm okay with paying the fee, $3.95. And so that's $1,230.69 in bills. And for my expenses, hydro, I usually put aside $30 to $35 per pay. I'm not really sure. I usually get my bill around this time every month, but I haven't seen it yet. So it depends on whatever it is, I would have to adjust my next pay to meet the balance. And then my cash everyday spending would be, this is GGL, which means groceries, gas, and laundry. And I usually set aside $4.90, but I think maybe I'm going to slash it and go down to $3.90, because I don't think I need to have this much in this category here. And then I wanted to start something new in 2026, which is giving myself an allowance and making sure that when I'm outside and if I see something that I would like to get, I can just say, okay, I have money. And if I don't spend it, it just rolls over into the next, paycheck period. And then my daughter's allowance, this just depends on her chores. So basically, I have a bank account for her it's called RBC MyDo. It's for kids, where you give them chores and stuff to do, and then you just pay them like weekly. And then for my cash envelopes, this cash envelopes means like my personal cash binder. So my beauty, hair, spa, medical, like stuff like that, I want to be able to put money into that binder every paycheck to get to a certain amount. Right now it's very high because my hair does cost a lot of money, and it is on a set schedule of every 6 weeks. So I do plan to cash flow my hair, because it's my daughter's hair is also the same thing, so it is very expensive. Okay, and that is $691. So for my savings and investing, my TFSA, I have decided to budget $100 per pay, and hopefully I can increase that as the months go on, because I do want to. So the contribution room is $7,000 for 2026, and I'm hoping to get to that point by the end of the year. I also started the 52-week challenge on January 2nd, and I would like to every time I start the 52-week challenge, I never complete it. I always get bored and move on to something else. But this is going to be in my account, and it's going to be taken out every Friday, regardless of me wanting to do it or not. And then I have this called challenges, where I have a binder for denominations where I'm trying to save based on 5, 10, 25, 50, and stuff like that. And hopefully by the end of the year, it will be a full binder. So I'm not like forcing this one. Like, it's not a thing that I have to do all the time, but just to take something out of my pay and put towards that every month would be, something very helpful for me. And my daughter's RESP, which is the education savings account that they offer in Canada, or is it Ontario? I don't know if it's Canada-wide, but this is where you save a specific amount of money, and the government matches. Well, they don't match. They kind of give you up to $500, I think, per year. And I think that's if you put in $2,500 per year, they'll give you around $500. Anyway, And then this is just what I would be putting in my daughter's account. This is another account that's separate from her spending account that she has. And that should be $405.01. And then my sinking funds, I actually started my sinking funds with my car maintenance fund, and I am saving, I wanted to save $750 for my maintenance for the spring, which I have done since the year started, which is crazy because the year just started. And my annual just means my insurance for my car, my life insurance, and my renter's insurance. So I'm hoping to have $4,000 by the end of November to pay for all of those things. Even though my car insurance is due in September, I know I'm going to have enough money by September to pay that. But so the goal for the annual fees is $4,000. And then I do want to put more money in my emergency fund. So I'm kind of going 1, 2, 3 down the line, trying to finish the annual before I start on the emergency. And then whenever I'm done, I'm not really sure how much I want to put in my emergency fund right now, because I do have money set aside somewhere else. So once I figure that out, then I can start doing that. But these two will probably be started in a few months. But I guess it depends on how well I do with this annual one, how often I'm putting money towards this one. And to be honest with you, when I do my cash budgeting for my groceries, gas, and laundry, I do end up saving at least $200 out of this this one here. I do end up saving at least $200 or more, because sometimes, as I said, I work from home, so I don't need gas all the time. Sometimes my partner just puts gas in my car, and so I don't really have to worry about that. And so for sinking funds, right now it's $400. But as I stated, I haven't received my first paycheck for the year yet, so I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. And even though I tried to look at ChatGPT to see if they could estimate, I mean, they did make a pretty good estimation, but I don't want to get my hopes up, so I'm just gonna wait until tomorrow to see what the actual balance is, and then from there I will be able to figure out my next paycheck. Actually, no, I'm lying. So because this is a new company, when they were setting up the benefits plan, there was an issue, and so they weren't able to deduct it from my pay, which means my next pay at the end of the month is going to be short. I'm not sure how much. They weren't able to tell me, but I'm thinking they said around 130 to 140, or maybe half of that. They don't know. Anyway, so this paycheck will be wrong, and the next paycheck will also be wrong. And then the first paycheck in February 15th, should be right. So right now we are on a semi-monthly schedule. Is that what it is? If you get paid twice monthly? Anyway. So instead of 26 paychecks like I used to enjoy last year and years before, I'm now at 24, 2 paychecks per month, regardless. So anyway, I just wanted to share my paycheck budget with you, since this is a pay week. And I've been thinking about doing this video for some time, but obviously I'm busy with work and just couldn't find the time to get this all done. And then I was kind of thinking, why would I do this if I don't even know what the pay will be? But I'm just guessing at this point. So hopefully hopefully whatever this number is, it will cover my whatever the amount is. I hope it covers what I'm trying to do here, because a girl has goals this year, and I'm trying to get it. You understand? Anyway, I guess I'll see you in the next video. Again, Happy New Year.